Workers caught in the deadly explosion at an industrial building in Tuas earlier this year were given little guidance on safety attire and housekeeping at their workplace. Now, this came to light as a survivor of the blast at Stars Engrg took to the stand before the inquiry committee in the state courts today. Lili Ying with this report.
The second day of hearings into the fatal Tuas blast saw a worker who suffered burns on nearly 60% of his body take the stand. 22-year-old Mehedi turned up in court in a long-sleeved shirt and cap, with scars on his face, neck and hands still visible. The court heard that the Bangladeshi national was one of the workers involved in the production of an insulation material called fire wrap. He was tasked to assemble the wrap. Mr. Mehedi said that while the company would give safety briefings for client project sites, they would not brief on measures for the Tuas workshop. While they were issued safety equipment including helmets, gloves and safety goggles, the owner of the company only emphasized that workers put on safety shoes and respirators while making the fire wrap. Even so, workers did not always comply. And Mr. Mehedi said it was a common practice for them to wear slippers, which he donned on the day of the explosion as well. He explained that he thought the practice was okay while making the fire wrap because he was not carrying heavy items or metal objects and would not run the risk of injuring himself. He added that there was no guidelines on attire and workers often wore what they thought was comfortable. He himself would usually be in a long-sleeved shirt and jeans. The court also heard that the company did not give detailed guidance on how the worksite was to be cleaned, only that it had to be done daily after ingredients such as potato starch powder were used to make the fire wrap. Preliminary investigations had revealed that potato starch was the source of the explosion, which left 7 injured and 3 workers dead. Mr. Mehedi said that the compressor gun would be used to blow dust off tabletops and the floor would be swept. The inquiry committee also heard that during the accident, Mr. Mehedi was at the assembly table on the ground floor. When the explosion happened, he felt a hot gush of air pushing him and he fell. He later realized that his clothes had burned off, leaving him with only his pants. He ran to an open field in the back of the industrial estate where workers in the area doused him with a hose. He lost consciousness and woke up 3 days later in the hospital ICU. He told the court that doctors say his scars will not heal completely. The hearings continue on Wednesday, with more survivors of the blast expected to testify.